Bible, where the Bible not only condones.
Aisha said that women are girls at 9. I think that's Jami al-Tirmidhi 1109. It's at the bottom of that hadith, I believe. Why would a 9-year-old girl who has been married since she was 6 years old and has had a grown man climbing on top of her, having sex with her, why would she call herself a woman? Is she living like a woman? Is she?
Now, I'm gonna say something. For any Muslim, Christian, whatever you may be, who was saying, why does the girl in the red, i.e. me, seem so upset or aggressive or whatever it may be? Well, it's because of things like this. I went into this discussion knowing that she has a tendency to say things like this about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And if it were any of you guys, if you were put in a position where you were sitting across from somebody who insults and denigrates somebody who is very beloved to you, you yourself probably wouldn't have been able to keep as composed as I did. I remained respectful, I remained cordial, I did not interrupt neither her nor the other people there, whilst knowing and the thought brewing in my head that this woman insults my religion and insults my prophet. I just want to preface that I did not disrespect her. I quoted the Bible because remember, if we are saying that something is immoral, we are presupposing our own moral framework. So I'm showing her that from her own moral framework, you cannot critique the actions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and his consensual marriage to Aisha. Emphasis on consensual, because Deuteronomy 22 is not consensual.
Married? Is she engaging in sexual activity?
Okay, beautiful. So you actually have no idea when she's narrating this hadith, because you don't know whether or not this was before or after
really
she moved into the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's house. So what makes somebody a woman Islamically is puberty. So if she's saying that she became a woman, she's saying that she entered puberty, which the Bible would agree with in 1 Corinthians 7 verse 36, when somebody passes the flower of their age.
Let me ask you a question based on what you just said. And this question is for all of you, and really every woman in this room. When you got your first period, were you a woman?
Back to the point that I was making about what it means for something to be moral. If something is moral, it means it is in line with God's law and the goodness that is within God's essence. So that's exactly why I brought up your moral standard. What exactly to you is immoral about the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, being in a contracted marriage with Aisha radiallahu anha at 6, which is the equivalent of betrothal to you, which we can parallel to 1 Corinthians 7 verse 36, where it talks about betrothal before the flower of a woman's youth, and then after she reaches the flower of her youth.
No, that's actually exactly what Paul says. Paul says that if you believe that you are behaving uncomingly towards your virgin, who you are betrothed to, after she passes the flower of her youth, then marry her. So Paul is addressing cases where people are betrothed, and he's saying after they reach the flower of their youth, i.e. puberty, you can marry them. That is exactly what the verse says. Nobody read it incorrectly. This is just, I'm not gonna lie guys, I've never seen, before Christina, I have never seen anybody be able to run in place. You're sitting back like this in your chair and you're running somehow, and I don't understand how. I need to be taught. You know what I mean? Like maybe I haven't unlocked this update yet either. Maybe I haven't unlocked this update.
How long past? It can be 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, but I want to pair
the opening of the flower.
Okay, perfect.
That's what we do know.
Okay, perfect. Well, the reason why I brought that up is because your standard is quite flimsy. That's why I brought up the Septuagint in Deuteronomy 22, verses 28 through 29, because you said what is moral. And based on your moral standard, which is, for example, things like 1 Corinthians, or for example, Ezekiel 16, verses 7 through 8, or for example, Deuteronomy 22 in the Septuagint that talks about girls, young girls.
Look at how stressed she is. She is so stressed. This woman is in distress over me. Like, bro. Oh my gosh, I almost feel bad because of the fact that she is in literal distress. Look at her face. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to show you guys. Look at her face as she's talking to me. This woman does not want to be there. Like, she's praying that this ends as quick as possible. Oh my goodness, I almost feel bad.
Talks about girls, young girls in the Greek. It says peida. It says that if a man forces herself upon her,
That's
then
incorrect.
That's exactly
You
what the
are
Septuagint says.
absolutely incorrect on
That's
that.
exactly what the
and
Septuagint says,
the ruling
however.
on what to do if a girl is raped is actually above that. So I encourage you to read that.
Yeah.
I also want you guys to notice something. You notice that she interrupts when she gets freaked out. I am frying her, bro. I am holding her to verse after verse after verse. And she's panicked, so she's interrupting me. She says that's an incorrect reading, that's an incorrect reading. That's exactly what the Septuagint says. I quoted the Septuagint almost word for word. Obviously not exactly word for word because I don't have it in front of me. I don't have a reading in front of me, but the Septuagint says, if a man forces himself upon a young girl and they are discovered, he pays the father of the girl 50 shekels and he will marry her for the rest of his life because he has humiliated her. He has denigrated her. He has essentially, in a way, like, taken something away from her, something that she deserved, something that she had, and it was stolen from her by him. That is exactly what the Septuagint says. The reading before that is talking about a woman that is betrothed. Deuteronomy 22, 28 through 29 is talking about an unbetrothed woman. So if a woman is betrothed, then the punishment is death. If it's the case that she screams. Because the Bible also says that if she doesn't scream, then it's not considered, sexual assault. But that's besides the point. You can tell that she's getting freaked out because she doesn't know how to rebut the Septuagint. She doesn't know how. Because I guess her husband didn't teach her how to rebut it. That's unfortunate. Maybe he didn't think I was going to flip it on her.